Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. The Sports Car Club of America is coming back to Lincoln for a national championship race that's expected to draw about 1,400 competitors. The 47th annual Tire Rack Solo National Championship starts August 30th at Lincoln Air Park. And joining me to talk about this fun event, Steve Ducharme. He's the regional executive, the Nebraska region of the Sports Car Club of America. And Jeff Mall is our local director of the Convention and Visitors Bureau, who is a big fan of this event.
Well, so you bet I am.
Thank you both very much for joining us. Describe, first of all, Steve, describe a solo autocross competition. This is driving around obstacles.
That's right. It's a timed skill event performed on an open area like a large parking lot, which we line with traffic cones, orange traffic cones, in a pattern that's challenging to drive skillfully. It's also designed so the speeds are kept low. That way we don't need lots of safety equipment. You can come in your family car and compete. Amateurs are allowed to compete because there's only one car at a time. There's no hazard from cars meeting. We have, in fact, strict safety standards for that. And we welcome beginners. We'll even train as needed.
All right. Now, tell us a little bit about what people can expect if they come out to watch. Jeff?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you've never been to this event, it's something you should go out and see. They're here for a pretty good footprint of time in the community, but it's acceleration, cars of all makes and models. All ages are performing. All the way from go-karts to some of the more high-end sports performance auto vehicles, or like you're talking about, people with their cars right off the streets. And I refer to it as cone racing, and it's exhilarating. To see it as a spectator, you almost want to hop in and be a part of this event. And I'll tell you, we had a chance to recruit this thing to Lincoln from Topeka, Kansas, and it had been, I think, down in Topeka for years. And the ability to go down there and say, we have this large pad of unused concrete, come on up and take a look at it. The competitors, the organizers like Steve, I think they just are marveled by the competition and how good the surface is. A lot of people talk about our surface being unique.
That's right. It was built during the Cold War to handle military planes and their weight, and it's beautiful. It's very flat and smooth, and that allows us to come back year in after year and count on a reliable service and a reliable event.
And the event's been here since 2009?
2009 was the first year. I was fortunate. I just began competing the year before, so I'm a little bit spoiled. I get to come to the best event every year.
So tell me what it's like to compete.
Oh, it's both exciting and scary because these are the best drivers in the country, in this kind of sport probably in the world, and as well as amateurs and beginners. And it's exciting because you get to drive these wonderful courses against these wonderful drivers, and it's a little bit scary because I always get beat. I haven't won a national event or come close to it yet. But I'm always trying to do better, so it's always a challenge of being faster. Another challenge is every event is a different course. Even during the championships, we drive two different courses, one day, one another, and we don't get to practice driving the courses. All we can do is the evening before, we can walk them as many times as we want. It's a very different experience than driving them. So that ups the challenge. The best drivers can drive those courses the first time ever, and they can be as fast as you can possibly drive them their very first time.
What does it take to be a good driver? Is it hand-eye coordination? Is it reflexes?
Those are very important. You certainly have your naturally talented drivers, whether naturally talented or more mundane like myself. A lot of practice and seat time. There's an organization called the Evolution School that does training. I've worked with them. They're actually staffed by teachers who are themselves national champions. Plus we have local teaching. So after some years, you develop your skills. You have a chance to really excel. But you can be a ranked beginner, and this year we've had half a dozen ranked beginners every month. We've had a local event, and they begin doing well very quickly.
And this all starts with local events and then builds up for the national. You told me this is the largest motorsports event in the world?
Correct, by participation.
Okay.
There are over 1,300, almost 1,400 competitors, and the number of spectators is that number plus a few more, the families and friends that come that don't drive. So it's very much participant oriented and not so much spectator oriented. It's fun to watch, but it's much more fun to participate.
It's also really good for our local economy.
It is, and I would tell you that the success of this event is really not by the amount of people that we bring in from the community to spectate. It's the success of the event is the ability of these competitors to move about our community and have a great time. You know, they're staying in our hotels. Some of them come self-contained and they'll stay out there on the West Ramp themselves, but a lot of them are staying in our hotels. They talk time and time again about the restaurants and the rail yard, the Haymarket, and citywide. What's neat about this, they have their own vehicles. And you'll know they're here because they'll have numbers on their windows, they'll have stickers all over the side, and you'll see, like I said, all makes and models. And you know, this is one of those events that I don't think you can put an economic impact number on. It's the experience that these competitors have in our community, and the fact that Lincoln does what Lincoln's good at, and we're truly hospitable, and we open the doors and we roll out the red carpet and people have a great time.
All right, and the Airport Authority recently took some action to make sure it stays here a few more years.
Yeah, we're contracted well out into the future with options to contract even further. And as long as we keep people like Steve happy and the competition team that comes in nationally, and more importantly, the competitors, I think as long as Lincoln does what Lincoln's good at, this thing should be home here in Lincoln for a while.
All right, what makes Lincoln such a great spot? I know that West Ramp you already talked about. What are the other factors that make Lincoln a good host?
Well, certainly it's centrally located. So the previous locations have been in Kansas recently. The other fact is Lincoln is a good city. It's got plenty of hotel space. We have plenty for football, for example. It's on major interstates. It has everything you need to offer, and the site, though, is particularly unique. I forget how many hundreds of acres, but it's literally from one end to the other, it's about a mile. You can't even see the trailers parked at one end because of the curvature of the earth. And that's all due to the facility we have here in Lincoln, and you can't build that sort of thing these days, I don't think.
All right. Tell me about the ages of the competitors.
5 to whatever.
5 to whatever.
We have a karting program, junior karts. Until you get a license, you have to be in the junior karts, and that's training. And those are the people you need to watch. We have competitors in this region that are national champion junior karters. They get a license, and then they drive in the cars, and they're already fast. I competed this weekend, just yesterday. The fellow next to me is 92 years old. He's been doing this for a very long time.
Wow.
And he's driving a brand new Honda and very fast.
Wow, so it's really any kind of car, except cars that are a little bit taller.
Too
and might
tall, that
tip
would be a
over.
tip over hazard, correct.
So what do you drive?
Lately I've been driving a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, which is an all-wheel drive, sort of souped-up sports car from the factory. I've driven for many years a Mazda Miata, which is a superb car for this. Very inexpensive. You can buy them for low amounts of money. Another feature of this, besides the variety of cars, is the variety of levels you can prepare your car. I like to drive in what's called the street classes, which is very limited mods. It's sort of street, tires you would drive on the street, a few adjustments you can make to the shock absorbers and the exhaust, but very limited adjustments, all the way to a complete ground-up build that was made by a friend of ours, Ron Vermolm in Iowa. He built this car on the CAD, built it together, and over a number of years became a national champion with a car that looked like a Camaro but was nothing like a Camaro. So you can enter at any level, and you can rise to any level that you feel working toward.
All right. If you'd like to find out more about the Sports Car Club of America and their competitions, scca.com is the website. And again, the Sports Car Club of America is presenting the 2019 Tire Rack Solo Nationals. It takes place all day, August 30th through September 6th, so about a week of competition. This will be at Lincoln Air Park. If you'd like some more information, 800-770-2055, and again, the website, scca.com. Well, I've learned a lot today about this. And Jeff, are you going to go out and give it a try?
I think I'm ready to go. What's more important, the brake or the accelerator?
In a Miata, you keep the accelerator all the way down and don't bother with the brakes.
Just maybe, no. Just go, mash it, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just warn us when you're going to be out there.
All right,
Jeff,
I will.
okay? All right.
Helmets for everybody.
Thank you both so much. Another great event here in our
Thank you.
capital city, and we hope you're here for many more years.
Oh, I hope so too.
All right. As we go to break, we're going to take a look at what's going on at some of our museums and galleries. And then Jeff Mull's going to stick around to talk about some of the other great events in Lincoln. So stay with us.
This city isn't what outsiders think. Lincoln has always had the reputation of being a sleepy Midwest city, but not the type of place people think about living, especially young people. We've just never really been the place people dream about. That's about to change. It's time to change perceptions. Exciting things are happening in our city, big things. Our spirit has a renewed sense of energy, and there's enthusiasm in our collective voice. You can feel it in the streets, see it on the skyline, hear it in the ideas of our young entrepreneurs and creative class. This might be a quiet, laid-back city, but it's buzzing with a flourishing economy and a rich, vibrant culture. Be young, have a booming career, raise a family. You can do it all here, and it just keeps getting better. We're the crossroads of blue skies and bustling progress, the sweet spot of balanced living. It feels good to be here, to be a part of it. In Lincoln, life is right. Now, it's time to let the world know.
Welcome back to Out and About. Jeff Maul has rejoined us here for a segment to talk about some of the other great events coming up in Lincoln. And there's nothing bigger than Husker football. People have had August 31st on their calendar for a long time.
Well, you know, when they started their practices for the spring and summer, the excitement was just starting to kind of get a little bit of momentum, and it's here. It is full on.
Definitely
We're ready
here.
for Husker
Well,
football season.
Fan Day was last week.
Right. I had a chance to go to Fan Day for the first time in a long time. Holy moly, the lines. They move great. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited to welcome new people to Lincoln this year, and just the excitement of the game day in Lincoln is something special.
All right. UNL volleyball is starting up as well. They've got their red-white scrimmage August 24th, coming off their 4th straight NCAA Final Four, but no seniors this year.
No seniors this year. 10 players returned from last year's runner-up squad. A great group of talented freshmen coming in. Should be a great-looking volleyball team this year as far as competition-wise, and another run at a national championship certainly wouldn't surprise me.
And also on August 31st, same day as the Huskers football first game, Husker Invitational is going on August 30th and 31st, and then there's the Emeritus Players Challenge the 13th and 14th. So lots of volleyball coming up.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. The Husker invite will welcome UCLA, Baylor, and our I-80 rival Creighton. So should be some good volleyball to look forward to.
All right, let's get in the mood with the band. Cornhusker Marching Band's annual exhibition show. This is a good way to kind of get ready for a big season all around.
This gives them a little bit of a test run. They've been doing off-season band camp and getting ready for the big season. Great chance to sneak a peek at what they're going to display this year during halftime shows during the home football season.
Okay, we want to remind people Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball still going on. Lots of fun teams coming to town. We've got all the special promotions like Buck Night, Fireworks Fridays, August 16th and 30th. So got a great lineup to kind of end their season.
Yeah, I know LPS has a chance. They do LPS Day on August 26th. It is during the day. It is during the school day. It's a great break from that kind of that early start to the season, and a lot of great cheering going on. Faith and Family Night, a lot of great things going on at Haymarket Park. Get out and cheer on your Lincoln Salt Dogs because it is a fun place to watch baseball.
Yes, it is. All right, if you like horses, Lancaster Event Center is the place to be. They're going to get done with the Super Fair, and then it's right back into the horse shows. Yeah,
and they're going to get a chance, obviously, this fall and into the winter to do a lot of great horse shows as they build their facility out for the high school finals rodeo in 2020 and 2021. We encourage people to stop out to the Lancaster Event Center. We're not horsing around when we say there's a lot going on.
Good one. Kind of a good one.
I know. I try.
I'll let you have that one.
Okay.
All right. Some guy named Vinny is having a car show. This is called Vinny's 9th Annual Classic Car Show. And this one is not just cars. It's got some other things.
Right. I looked at this with the same intrigue. We'll have motorcycles this year, tricked out golf carts.
That sounds like it'd be really
do you set
fun.
it down? What do? Do you bling it? How do we trick out a golf cart?
I suppose you could do a lot of things with a golf cart.
We could probably go to this event and find out.
That's
and they'll
right.
have a Target golf tournament. Southeast Community College and National Auto Body will be there giving a car away. The animal from local radio station, The Blaze, will be there as well. Should be a lot of fun at Wilderness Ridge Golf Course. Free to spectate for this car show.
Sounds like fun. All right. If you enjoy roller skating, you have your chance at the Ice Box at least through August. Get out there and lace up your skates.
and this is not a misprint. We're not giving you bad information. Yes, the ice box does not have ice in it right now. You can roller skate at the ice box. Should be a lot of fun.
And there's one more Cosmic Skate left. That's Fridays through, well, a couple more, Fridays through August 16th. They have live music and yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, a lot of fun.
I used to roller skate a lot when I was a kid.
Not me.
I'm afraid I'd probably break a few bones right now.
Do you think the
so.
steel skates are still popular?
I don't know.
Do you remember those things on
Yeah.
concrete? Oof,
Oh, yeah.
non-forgiving.
The South of Downtown Community Development Organization is having lots of activities. Be sure to check out their website, lincolnsouthddowntown.org. They do some fun things with the kids. They have a kids sculpture class coming up using earthenware and polymer clay.
Now this class will actually result in a public wall installation, take-home products. Please register ahead of time for the class, lincolnsouthddowntown.org.
All right, then the hand building class is coming up September 1st, and this looks like a kind of a science and art kind of event.
Yeah, this will help increase the sensitivity to diverse materials. The course covers proportions, critical points of reference, skeletal mechanisms, and how the muscles of the body influence mechanical functions within our human body.
And all ages and all experience levels are welcome. Again, check out their website, lincolnsouthddowntown.org. They have a lot going on.
Lots of good stuff going on.
All right. The Lincoln Children's Museum's biggest event of the year is coming up, and it's not at the museum.
No, it's
at
not.
the airport.
Great chance to crawl on top of, get inside, and just experience tractors, trucks, and trains and planes. 50-plus vehicles on display. This will be at Lincoln's Airport Airfield. Great times, great partnership with the Lincoln Children's Museum.
All right, Lincoln Children's Zoo is keeping busy. Again, Wild Wednesdays. The zoo is open until 8 o'clock Wednesdays through August. Got the Red Panda Run coming up. These get to run through the zoo. That
Yeah.
sounds like fun. Grandparents, Grandparents' Day then is September 8th. And the ever popular Breakfast with the Penguins, September 14th. Have you taken your kids to that?
Not Breakfast with the Penguins, but I have been to the zoo. Was just there this last weekend, and I've been through there multiple times because of what I do and because of the partnerships we have with John Chapo. I cannot tell you how exciting our new zoo is, and the old zoo, and just the melding of the two cooperative efforts, and lots of great fun at the zoo. And I would actually be intrigued with this Breakfast with the Penguins,
I don't think you get fish. The
Oh,
penguins get fish. I
but
think you get eggs.
like pancakes and eggs.
I guess.
Nice.
Maybe fish-shaped pancakes.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
You had me at pancake.
The pool season is coming to an end, and that means it's time to take your dogs out to Star City Shores and let them have one big last dog splash.
Ages 8 and up, bring your pets, have a good time. Dog splash, one last blast at the city pools before they put them to bed for the winter and fall season. This is a lot of fun. I've heard a lot of really good stories. These dogs love running and jumping and swimming and the doggy paddle. It's
That's right.
amazing.
I like to see the media coverage of this. It's
Oh,
always
yeah.
pretty
Yep.
cute. This is a fundraiser actually that supports the Greater Lincoln Obedience Club and the Lincoln Parks Foundation. So get your dog out. Hopefully the weather will cooperate
Yes.
for that big event. We've got some more canoeing at Holmes Lake. There's lots of fun things going on at our parks. So make sure you check out parks.lincoln.ne.gov.
And with this event, limited spots are available, so register early. Once you hear this, you turn off the TV, you get ready for the night, log on, get yourself a spot for this great canoeing event.
All right, and then the Buffalo Run is taking part at Pioneers Park Nature Center. Nice fall morning, get out there and run through the park. It's pretty, but I've heard it's a little tricky for runners.
Just what I was going to say, pretty yet demanding. Should be a lot of fun. See the website for registration prices.
All right, something new at the Jane Snyder Trail Center there in Union Plaza. It's the free First Thursday Noon Brown Bag Series. They're going to be talking about mushrooms at this one, and I'm just afraid to eat any mushrooms I see.
You and me both.
I would definitely probably pick the wrong one.
Yeah,
but-
you'll get tips from Bob Hendrickson on how to identify when and how to gather, what the safe mushrooms are, what the bad mushrooms are. There are a lot of really good safe mushrooms out there for us to eat and enjoy as part of main dishes.
All right, we're going to wrap up today with our theater segment. Tada's got Pump Boys and Dinettes. This is a roadside eatery, and they just have a good time and sing and drink coffee.
The Double Cup Diner, the Cup sisters, Prudy and Retta, celebrate their home cooking with the same zeal they bring. Being neighborly with the boys should be a lot of fun at the Tada Theater. Great environment for theater over at Tada.
Yes, definitely. Wesleyan is starting its season. They always start a little bit early. They're going to present Footloose, the musical. Of course, There's no dancing in Beaumont until Ren McCormick arrives, and then it's all heck breaking loose.
A local theater adaptation of a great Kevin Bacon movie. I mean, everybody remembers Footloose. To see this live and the energy, you're toe tapping, you want to get up and clap and sing and dance yourself. Show up over at Nebraska Wesleyan for a great night of entertainment.
Now, New York artist Alan Bennett is returning to Wesleyan to choreograph this music-turned-musical, so it should be fun. Nebraska Wesleyan also is presenting Gloria, and this is in the Lab Theater.
Yeah, survivors must grapple with so much in this production, and it's a great story. It's for mature audiences, and it covers some very interesting topics. And congratulations to Wesleyan for taking this one on, because it is a very deep, somewhat dark topic, and we encourage people to go out there September 12th through the 15th, as well as 19th through the 22nd.
All right, and the Playhouse season is opening with Ring of Fire, the music of Johnny Cash. This is a great musical. It features 24 of his great songs.
How do you narrow those down? I mean, 24.
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's quite a bit of music. I mean,
it's a musical portrait of the man in black. And you know, there's so much talent here in Lincoln. I can't wait to see who gets that lead role.
Yeah. You know, what's interesting is we talked about these great theater productions and all the other great theatrical opportunities in Lincoln. I'm always excited when their seasons come out. You go to their website and you're just piling through and going, if I need to narrow this down to one or two, how do you do that? Because we have so many great things going on in the theater, and people like you that love playing the roles. I mean, there's some passionate folks out there, and I thank you for that.
It's a fun way to play. I'd also encourage people to go to the Appearing Locally blog.
Okay.
And a lot of local reviewers will talk about the shows. There's lots of information about what's going on in the regional theater scene. So the Appearing Locally blog, you'll find that on Facebook.
Okay. Appearing Locally blog.
Appearing Locally.
Locally. All right, got it.
Okay, got
blog.
it. Jeff, thank you so much. It's been a busy summer, and now we're heading into a crazy fall.
It seems like I blinked and I missed spring and summer, and here we are in fall. So we're excited. Of course, if people have information on all the great things going on in Lincoln, they can stop down to our Visitor Center at 7th and P. We also have an office with the Chamber of Commerce at 1128 Lincoln Mall. Give us a call at 434-5348, or the most simple thing to do, log on at lincoln.org.
Lincoln.org. And will Bobblehead A be going to any of the Husker games this fall?
We're hoping to get him out to a few things. Hopefully people have been following him on social media. He's been moving around the city and the community and the county, having a blast, taking in Lincoln and his thoughtful perceptions on his experiences. Love him.
He's got quite a Twitter following now.
He does. It's been
great.
Fun.
All right, thank you so much,
You bet.
Jeff. The summer concert series are starting to wind down, but there's still a lot of great music in the capital city. We'll be running a list during the break, and then Tom Lorenz joins us from Pinewood Bowl and Pinnacle Bank Arena. Stay with us. Welcome back to Out and About. Tom Lorenz joins us now from Pinnacle Bank Arena and Pinewood Bowl, and had a big weekend not too long ago. A couple of artists that you're not going to see in a whole lot of places here the same weekend.
It was terrific. We had this really good run with Tenacious D, which was an outstanding show, and they tour very seldom, but they're just as good as ever. Jack Black and Kyle are just good musicians, but they're even better at kind of being in character and carrying through that whole vibe. Then we had Weird Al, and Weird Al was here with a full orchestra, so we had a 41-piece orchestra on stage. And Weird Al, when you kind of look back and see what he's done over his life, he's a cultural icon, and they showed that on the screen, that there was anything from politicians to cartoons that reference Weird Al. It was a very good show. And then we went into a very classic, wonderful show with Alison Krauss and Willie Nelson. And Alison is just beautiful on stage. Her voice is so unique and outstanding, and the crowd loved it. And then Willie came out, and Willie is 86 years old, and you couldn't tell. He's a pro, and he came out, played guitar, sang great songs, did some covers. It was just so much fun to have those 3 acts, and we had beautiful weather for all the days, and I hope people really enjoyed them.
Okay, we want to show people a photo that was taken of Jack Black and Kyle Gass, the Tenacious D guys. Apparently they're Husker fans.
They are now. They once they were here in Nebraska, we set them up with jerseys, and they're Husker fans now. It was so much fun to have those guys there, and they really appreciated it. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed the audience, and everyone, once they get to perform up on the Pinewood stage, really loves that venue. And now with some backstage amenities, it makes it even nicer.
All right. Well, the season's kind of wrapping up. They're out at Pinewood. We've got Joe Bonamassa this week, August 9th.
Joe is just this killer guitarist. He is, a blues and rock guitarist. His fame is really growing by the day. He's been around a long time. We did the show with him a couple years back, and we had to move it inside because of rain, but it still was an outstanding show. He's surrounded with tremendous players, and I really, if you have any sort of love for guitar music and for rock and for blues, you have to see Joe Bonamassa because he is the best.
We're hoping he can be at the Bowl this year.
It looks like it. The weather right now looks like it's going to cooperate.
All right. There is one of the concerts that has been moved. Judah and the Lion on August 14th is going to take place at the Bourbon.
And that was a good move. It fits the Bourbon a little bit more. Those guys were really excited to be able to play in a little more intimate space. And there's details on the website, and also you can contact our box office if you have any questions about that.
All right. Couple shows then in September are going to wrap up the Pinewood season. Cody Johnson and Friends, September 6th, and Steely Dan, September 8th.
Those are 2 great shows. Cody Johnson is one of the hottest guys in country right now. He's got Mark Chestnut as one of his openers, and that will be, it's a GA show, so it's going to be a crowd that stands in front of the stage, and it'll get rowdy out there. Cody is just tearing it up, and we're really, really happy to have him there. And then the show that I've been waiting for ever since we started doing shows back at Pinewood Bowl, Steely Dan. Steely Dan, that mixture of jazz, fusion, rock, the distinctive vocals of Donald Fagen, all of that come together. When musicians come into an arena and they start to tune the sound system, they always play some music through it, and it is always Steely Dan because it was always so well produced, so clean and great. And they have such a huge catalog of songs that I can't wait for that one. There's still some tickets available for it, and I hope that everyone gets a chance to go out and see them. This is a really unique opportunity for us at Pinewood.
And what a great way to wrap up the season.
It is. It's a really nice way to finish, and Pinewood's been great this year. We did 11 shows, and we look forward to next year. We've already got some things on the calendar.
All right, let's move indoors now to Pinnacle Bank Arena. Cardi B was a huge, huge show for the arena.
That was massive. We had over 11,000 people there that night, and a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. Again, very unique for Lincoln to be able to pick up one of these, I think only 8 shows on our tour, but they loved Lincoln. The audience was so responsive. They really were excited. Great openers, and it's one of those nights that we'll remember, and it was a very cutting-edge show. So.
All right. Coming up then here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, got to fit in a few shows here before basketball season starts. The Knotfest Roadshow, August 8th.
This is a hard rock extravaganza with Slipknot headlining this. Slipknot, is that seminal hard rock band out of Iowa. And they they're putting out new material right now. A new album's going to drop any day. They have, they're not just your typical hard rock band. Lots of different sounds in the music. It's really, there's some great lyrics. There's some great musicianship there. And it is the typical hard rock show where it is visual as much as it is musical. So look forward to having them here, and it'll be a really good day.
All right. I'm starting to hear a lot of buzz about Why Don't We, which is coming August 14th.
Yeah, they've amassed over 750 global audio streams. They've got 3.7 million Instagram followers. They're their YouTube views are over 378 million. These guys are pop music's biggest breakout story. I mean, they keep getting bigger and bigger. As we get right at school have just started, you know, kids will be a little anxious to have done something else, and so they can slip that in right at that time, and that'll be a really cool looking show.
All right, another show for younger audiences, JoJo Siwa, coming August 24th.
JoJo Siwa is a phenomenon. She is, you know, from Omaha, and so they've already sold out the Baxter Arena. We added this show after. We're approaching their numbers. We're going to have another huge crowd. If you picture kind of a Miley Cyrus when she was young and starting out, JoJo was with Nickelodeon. Lots of talent there. And this will be, you know, a great show for moms and daughters and anybody to come in and see a really great, wholesome show.
All right, another great, wholesome show. Disney on Ice, then, going to be here for 4 days?
Yes, and we'll do multiple performances there. Disney on Ice just does this so beautifully. They put together the technical package that makes it look amazing. Tremendous skaters, and all the great storylines that everyone recognizes. You'll see your favorites from all your Disney's characters there, and what a wonderful family opportunity. And pricing is all over the place. I mean, it's from not too expensive all the way down to some very affordable tickets. So we really look forward to folks having being able to come in and enjoy. I think you have about 7 different opportunities to see the show.
That's great. Right, it's really strong October then. You've got Miranda Lambert and Maren Morse then on October 11th.
Yeah, I was watching the CMAs recently, and Miranda was out there. Miranda is such a strong singer, such a great writer. She is a powerhouse in country music. And then Maren Morris is one of the biggest upcoming new stars that's out there. And so the two of them together are going to put on a great show. Miranda was one of the first shows we had at Pinnacle Bank Arena when she was there.
Right.
And so it's great to have her back, and she can bring her talents and showcase all of that great country music.
It's great to have some of the artists coming back again.
It really is nice, and they love coming back, and they remember the place, and it was so new then, and you know what, it looks just as good now, and the crowds are even better. So.
Okay. All right, a band people have been waiting and waiting for, Guns N' Roses in mid-October.
You know, this is a band that they're almost kind of they're an icon out there, but so many people saw them years ago, and there was all kinds of things associated with them as good and bad and controversy, but they're excellent musicians. Slash is one of the best guitarists out there. Axl Rose is the voice of rock, and so to put these guys back together, to have them come in and do a great show, it's a very short tour. Lincoln's very fortunate to be able to bring them in. And Diane, this one's going to be a hot one. This is a big, big show on a great night in October. And, we're really, really proud to be able to bring those in.
All right. Lots of anticipation then for basketball coming up.
You know, with Fred Hoiberg coming in and putting together a really great team, they're going to play in Italy. We'll see how they kind of gel. But the excitement is already building. I mean, season tickets for the men have sold out again. But the anticipation is there. We can't wait to see Fred and see how he takes this team in the future. But the UNL athletic department, AD Moose and all the different people that put that team together did a tremendous job. The coaches are outstanding. It's nice to have Doc back here also. So it's going to be really fun.
All right. Thank you so much, Tom, and we look forward to a big fall at the arena.
It'll be great, and thank you for Lincoln for showing up all the time, and we continue to really enjoy doing this. So thanks, Diane.
All right, thank you. That is all for this month's Out and About show. I want to thank all the guests we had today. If you missed any of the events, stay tuned. We'll run a list again right after the show. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you out and about.